Jamaica could record fewer than 800 murders this year, stated Dr. Chang. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says Jamaica could record fewer than 800 murders at the end of 2025. Up to March 8, 2025, 145 murders were recorded in the country, 51 fewer than the 196 recorded in the same period last year. In 2024, Jamaica recorded 1,139 murders. Speaking during the opening of the Foam Police Station in Westmoreland, Dr. Chang said Jamaica is on a good path and he expects that there will be a further decline.
At the rate we have started the year, and we are now in the third month, we could see under 800 murders. That's not your target, because they know we're coming from a high number, and they are prepared to work, and I'm prepared to wait and give them the resources to take it down in an orderly manner, working as police officers, recognizing and respecting the rights of the individuals out there, and get to the numbers, because 800, the public and those there should be aware, is a crucial number. It is felt by the experts that if we get to that number and we have the police where it is now and complete our investment in the resources, the police stations, the technology, etc., we will be on a sustainable downward trend.
Police to lift Porus curfew on Monday if air remains crime-free. Against the backdrop, the citizens and business people in Porus complaining about how a long-running curfew has been affected their livelihood. Police say the measures will be lifted on Monday, March 17, with the hope that the area remains free of major crimes. Head of the Manchester Police Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan told business people, citizens and politicians on Friday, following the evening, that he will not ask for an extension of the curfew after Monday. I know the curfews have been a little bit strenuous on you economically. We know that, and we certainly do not wish to continue for you to bear such economic burden of not being able to operate your business. So as a team here, I am committed to saying to you that come Monday, when this curfew will expire, I also, the commander, won't be asking for an extension of these curfews, but am asking for you that on the premises that as a community, you will work with us, you will do whatever you can, he said to a meeting being held at Porus Police Station. Duncan's announcement follows the chaos that erupted on Wednesday at a planned town hall meeting at Trinity Baptist Church, where some residents stormed out during an address by Operators Officer for Manchester, Deputy Superintendent Daniels. This is when he did not give a definite timeline to lift the curfew and the manner in which he refers the loss of lives compared to livelihood. Duncan subsequently apologized for the manner in which the matter was addressed by Daniels. We have a big meeting on Wednesday, so probably the message was not transmitted the way that we wanted it to be transmitted, and hence the reason as the commander I am here in the rain to say, let us try to set the record straight for you to understand what we want and what you can give us, stated Duncan. Mandeville Mayor Donovan Mitchell and Porus Councillor Claudia Baker told residents that they are willing to partner with the police to maintain order in Porus. I have had the commitment from the mayor and your council that you are going to do whatever you can to ensure that Porus remains a peaceful and tranquil community, somewhere we can coexist and have fun, said Duncan, while adding that he would support entertainment events there. I like run robins, but I have to go to a run robin in a safe space. So if you're having a run robin down here and you say, super, we're having a run robin on the block, I want to be able to come, and I won't come if I think something is going to happen to me, he stated. So if the space is safe and you want to invite me to come and sit with you in a social setting, I certainly will do, but make the place safe. Help us to make the place safe so that we can enjoy the community, he added. They died alone. Craig Green, a psychiatric nursing assistant at the Black River Hospital in St. Elizabeth, had just finished his afternoon shift and had planned to celebrate the rest of his birthday with his co-worker and friend Patrick Henry. Henry was off work that day, but a birthday without the Vice Master was out of the question for Green, who pulled up at his brethren's home. Little did he know that this strange evening interaction would be among their last. When I was leaving, he said, Green, leave me down at the hospital. I asked him what happened, and he said, Just leave me down at the hospital, continued Green, recalling how his friend crunched a little burgundy pouch and shouted to his elderly mother that he would soon return. Henry never dared tell his mother his greatest fear, said Green, noting that his friend, also a psychiatric nursing assistant on the male ward, had entered the back of the car. I said, "Sit down on a front with me, no man." And he said, "No, no, me I drive round a back, his chauffeur driven me one today." I never took it as anything, 'cause I knew my brethren, and sometimes this is how we run jokes, Green explained, adding that he took Henry to the hospital, where he was later admitted and quarantined on suspicion that he had contracted the deadly COVID-19 virus. It was then that he realized his friend had been trying to protect him in the car. For the next few days, Henry got sicker and sicker. At one point, information circulated that he had died. Green said he bawled on hearing, but the rumors turned out to be false. Rather than feeling joyous at learning of him still being alive, Henry's colleagues saw clearly he was slipping away, especially after he was rushed to the better equipped Mandeville Regional Hospital. Just days later, on September 25, 2021, he died. In the hospital, the electric department, Harriet Register Blackwood, an attendant who also the life of the department, she was the fashionista, the person in the crew who was always dancing at staff functions, trips, and even while serving sick patients on the hospital, her colleagues recalled. So when she became sick and became one of the dozen suspected of COVID-19 patients charted in and out of the overburdened facility, some of them dead, Hart's friend and co-worker Brenda Forbes, also a hospital attendant, could not deal with visiting her. "It is a decision," Forbes said. She no regret, as tear welled down her eyes while speaking with reporters. "I did not go and look for her. I could not. I could not see her like that. I didn't want to have that memory of her. To be honest, I didn't even want to talk about it," said Forbes, now wiping the tears from her eyes. She loved feeding people, and she believed food must always be cooked. Even when we served the food on the ward and there were leftovers, she would always find somebody to give it to. "Being around her, you cannot be hungry," charge head cook Othini Summon stated. "As you cannot be sad either," interjected Williams and Simit, sparing brief laughter within the somber gathering. On Thursday, Register Blackwood's usually immaculate kept home in Black River was a fraction of its former glory. Now the yard is overgrown and the house begs to be repainted. Her daughters who live overseas told reporters they continue to mourn her passing. Meanwhile, Monique Fagan, daughter of Sheriff Stewart White, one of the first healthcare workers killed by the disease in St. Elizabeth in 2021, said her family of four siblings was torn apart after their mother's death. Most tragically, in a 5 month of her relative's death, three of them were due to COVID-19. Seeing three coffins being lowered into her grave simultaneously was particularly traumatic for her, she said. When she passed, three of her children were minors. I was the eldest, so they ended up all shattered. Different relatives took them because I was not able to take care of them like I would want. I think the middle boys were affected the most because she was the main person in their lives. They would have to be counseled, and it has not helped, explained Fagan, adding that her mother had just completed her degree when she fell ill. At the same time, widower Rowan, whose wife worked at the Black River Healthcare Center when she died, said the journey since COVID-19 has been rough. "Just mentioning it just put me back in a little mournful place," he confirmed. COVID-19 was one of the wickedest things for our family. It just took her away. The wickedest thing is that I took her to the hospital, and even though she worked in healthcare, I couldn't even get to peep on her before she died. That really hurts me," he said, explaining that he and his wife got married 18 months before her death after being together for 14 years. According to the Ministry of Health and Wellness, 53 workers in the health sector lost their lives to the dreaded COVID-19 pandemic, which, in a web of confusion, uncertainty, and fear, shuttered businesses, wiped out jobs, uprooted families, and created a divide among Jamaicans and throughout the world regarding the use of vaccine for treatment. Among the dead were doctors, nurses, attendants, mental health officers, midwives, and cashiers, who, during the unveiling of the monument last week, Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton said, put their lives in the line, pushing through fear and uncertainty to preserve health and save the life of others. Remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.